Hi, this is Willy from Y Academy. So today I'll talk about how to engage suppliers correctly. So many rookie e-commerce sellers often expect quick and enthusiastic replies from the supplier they send out their RFQ. RFQ means request for quotation. So ideally it'll be a match straight away and the suppliers are willing to adhere to your requirements. Yet the truth is harsh. Most of the time, suppliers are not as supportive as you think. In this video, I'll be listing out some realistic expectations every e-commerce business owner should have when you're sending out your RFQ, common mistakes to avoid, and show you how you can engage suppliers more effectively. So number one, no reply. First off, as you send requests for quotation, RFQ, you shouldn't expect all of them to reply. Some suppliers or manufacturers may be too big and simply not interested in your business. They would rather move dozens of containers per month with clients like Walmart, so they won't be interested in dealing with small guys like you, who are only providing a fraction of their business. However, don't get dejected. Continue sending out your RFQ and you will eventually find someone who is willing to give your business a try. Number two, not meeting your demands. Out of the suppliers who do reply to you, do note that there will be a wide range of product qualities and prices, and some may be out of your expectations. You will need to filter them down. It will be good if they can provide pictures and photographs of their products or even initiate to send you some samples. If they don't, do ask for it. Meanwhile, some factories may also be too small for your business and won't be able to meet your demands, so do double confirm before you make your decision. Number three, inadequate after-sales service. Finally, some manufacturers may be able to deliver the product but don't have the support, don't have the service or the language skills to back it up. We always recommend sellers to work with suppliers who offer reliable after-sales service. This is because suppliers who do so are normally the more responsible business owners who are willing to develop a long-term working relationship with you. Meanwhile, you will always feel more assured that these suppliers won't just disappear if anything goes wrong. So these are the three realistic expectations of supplier. Number one, no reply. Number two, not meeting demands. And number three, inadequate after-sales service. Alright, so you can pause the video and take some notes. So as e-commerce sellers, it's part and parcel of our daily lives to source for suppliers and manufacturer. However, there are some mistakes which we often make when we engage suppliers, and we may end up on the wrong path if we are not careful. So now I will point out the three common mistakes e-commerce sellers make when engaging suppliers, and I hope you will steer clear of these pitfalls. Number one mistake, falling in love too fast. Suppliers are known for singing praises for their products, and remember, they're just like you. They are also sellers, except they are selling to you and another seller. So don't jump the gun and place an order with the first supplier meet. Make sure to cast a wide net and then filter them down. From our experience, most suppliers you engage at first will not be right for you, and I suggest that you contact up to 20 suppliers or even more if you can handle it. Then you consider the non-replies and the non-qualified ones. There will be about maybe 3 to 4 that you can consider doing business with. Number two mistake, focusing only on price. No matter where you look out for suppliers, in China or anywhere else, you get what you pay for. The pricing for supplier A may be higher for supplier B, but you can expect better quality goods from them than supplier B. The catch is this: better quality goods can translate into more 5-star Amazon reviews, which means a higher ranking and more business for you over time. Remember, there's always a lot more that you can negotiate on besides price, such as payment term, labeling, storage, packaging, etc. Don't only focus just on one thing, because there's many variables to running a successful e-commerce business. So number three mistake, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Suppose you meet a supplier with whom the working process goes very smoothly and pleasant. You are fast becoming best buddies with these suppliers and you will love working with him or her. But there's one catch. the quality of their goods is not what you want. Perhaps over time your business had grown and you are hoping to find a better match of quality of goods for your e-commerce business. As a concerned friend, you brought up this point during your transaction with your suppliers. You hope that you can help him or her improve so they can continue working happily with him. That's a win-win situation for both of you, so why not? What do you think will happen next? So from my experience, right, most of the time the suppliers will not heed your friendly advice, and in the end your relationship may turn sour. So the point is this: as an e-commerce seller, it's not your responsibility to force a supplier to become someone they are not. If the supplier used to produce low quality umbrellas, don't try to get them to become a world-class umbrella manufacturer. It's going to be an uphill battle because their entire manufacturing process and supply chain is calibrated to that low standard. Everything they do will reflect from it, from the raw materials and the assembly process to the skill level of their workers and the type of equipment, packaging, quality control, and more. Hence, it's always better to move on and find someone that meets your standard than trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. So these are the 3 common mistakes to avoid. Number 1, falling in love too fast. Number 2, focusing only on price. Number 3, fit a square peg into a round hole. So a lot of rookie e-commerce sellers may run into the problem of being ignored by suppliers when they send out their RFQ, or in layman terms, a request for collaboration. They may start to blame these suppliers for being rude, being unappreciative, and looking down upon small startups, etc. But it never occurs to them that maybe the problem lies in themselves, that they may not seem professional enough, and it's unclear in their intention. It's always crucial to remember this. Just as you, the sellers, are evaluating different suppliers to do business with, they are also evaluating you. The rule here is to be specific in your request, and by doing so, you will demonstrate that you are serious about doing business and are not just a looky-loo, blindly sending RFQ on supplier sites. Hence, I shall now go through a few pointers to craft a professional RFQ, and I hope that these tips will help you increase the chances of clinching your deals with the potential suppliers. You should always include the following elements in a professional RFQ. Number 1, a short company introduction, where your company is based, which markets you are focusing on, and what sets your company apart from the rest. Number 2, order volumes. How many pieces are you looking for in your initial trial order? What is your annual purchase volume estimate? Should you be working on a long-term relationship with this supplier? Product specifications. Give measurements with accepted tolerance, drawing materials, etc. of what you expect your product to be like. Number 4, modifications. Are there any changes or improvement are you looking to make to the product? Number 5, product labeling and packaging. If you are a private label seller, you should include this in your RFQ. Number 6, pictures and images. They say 1,000 words regardless of your mother tongue. So by putting together a detailed RFQ, you will look more professional than other prospective buyers, and this will increase your response rate. As an e-commerce seller, you send out many RFQ daily. Depend on situation, you may or may not get a reply from the suppliers. In fact, getting any sort of reply at all sometimes is an achievement in itself. Some suppliers will simply not bother to reply no matter what you say, so take it easy. Reports have estimated that on the average, only 2 out of 10 manufacturers that are contacted will be suitable suppliers to your business. In other words, the 80-20 rule or the Pareto principle applies. The law of the essential few and trivial many. The essential few in this case are the rare suppliers that are a good fit for you and your business, yet within that 20% of suppliers who reply to you, who should you work with? Below are some pointers about a typical good reply or a bad reply from suppliers look like, so you can choose for yourself what type of suppliers you want to work with. Good replies. These are the potential ones. They reply within 24 hours. They can manufacture the products you want, including any required modifications. They answer all your questions, pricing is in the right ballpark, and they offer to send a sample at a reasonable price. Bad replies, this is to avoid. They reply late, they won't accept changes to the product you want to buy from them, they ignore your questions, the pricing is off, and there are signs of dishonesty. So you should also take into consideration the supplier's soft skill when choosing them. For example, are you satisfied with their ways of communications? Are they paying enough attention to the details of your request? Ultimately, the question to ask yourself is this: do you feel comfortable working with them, especially in the long run when your business grows? So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next.